Okay, so are we Europe? Yeah. People already mentioned it. We came from this. We're a question in as a name because we really feel that we really felt that we don't know what it means to be European. Obviously, a lot of people are talking about this, but we thought why not ask this question as the central theme for our media? And basically, what we tried to do, what we recently launched, is we want to show stories that cross borders. I mean, that's obviously one of the big discussions for pan-European media initiatives, but we want to break down borders as well and really make it normal and make it super, yeah, like a date, like a part of people's routine to just read a story about something that's happening in a local village in Lithuania, or what's happening in this business in Greece, and just break down those borders and not even talk about them. Just assume that Europe needs, and that's also, of course, a political and economic goal that the EU has chosen, but the media space or a cultural space should just assume that these borders are fading away and losing their old sort of like significance. And that's why we want to make border breaking stories that just assume that this story is, because it might be local or regional or literally crossing a border, but we want to break down those stories, break down those borders in our stories. We also felt that we see this as a changing continent. Natalie has pointed out as well, but also from a political and economic point of view, Europe is in dire need of new media who translate that message back to its readers. So yes, we recently launched a membership program because we thought that's a genius sort of addition to very, very original, but a good addition to our revenue streams. But obviously, I won't go into much detail about it, but we want to put the readers at the heart of everything we do and the communication that we do. But I was asked to talk a bit about the business model of Are We Europe, and that story really started with seeing these kind of headlines, negative headlines about Europe, always about crises, about all those things, and we thought, okay, well, why don't we start to have with the media that's optimistic and showing the good things are happening in Europe, the positive vibes that Natalie was also talking about. So we quickly started this idea in 2016, and very quickly after that started getting people, European creators, journalists, designers,
Mick,
photographers, filmmakers.
Sorry to cut you in the middle of your I think we're seeing still the first slide.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
Sharing is paused. Bring your shared window to the front, it says. Okay. You see this though?
Yeah, now it's moving. Yeah,
now it's yellow.
Sorry
okay, well,
about that.
Then I'll no worries. I was clicking through, but that's good. So yeah, border breaking stories. That's what I was mentioning before. And as we launched our website and blog at the time, we quickly saw Europeans and European creatives coming in from all corners of Europe. And okay, we thought, okay, well, we want to be a website, which quickly also became a print magazine, what I'm holding here right now, but I'm not going to talk too much about that either. But we said, okay, we want to publish our own stories, but we mostly are a community. How can we break this down into a model? So we basically are at the moment a three-part ecosystem. We're a magazine, we're a community of readers and creators. And we said, why not get those readers and creators, but mostly also the creators, and put them into an agency as well. They're freelancing for us, they're freelancing for others. Why can't we say, hey, you, an EU organization or a company with a storytelling need, you can also work with these freelancers? Because yeah, we were not only working with journalists, but also with designers and illustrators and podcast makers and video makers. So it's really this three-part ecosystem that we stumbled upon. So let me dive into it. So the magazine part is fairly straightforward. It's a literal print magazine, but we also make online stories, digital interactives, podcast videos. And basically what we're trying to build is this new media for this changing continent. So there's a membership program that we're launching. So the media side of Are We Europe is really these stories and the reader revenue that we're breaking in. So that's one of our revenue pillars. But as I said, the community part was actually where we were most excited about, because the people came from all over Europe. So we had podcasters about LGBTQ rights in Lithuania. We had people writing stories about farmers in Spain, people making a photo series about fishermen in Greece. So we really thought, hey, let's give these people a face, put them on a massive database, and just say, hey, you can work with these creatives too. So what we're doing right now is making the first nonprofit, because we are a nonprofit, sort of database of all this creative talent in Europe, and having other allowing or enabling other companies and media organizations to scroll through, browse profiles, see where they collaborated, seeing maybe also where they have worked in teams together before. So what you see on the right, and working with a team directly, and really almost becoming an agency. So this three-part model that we stumbled upon, because we said, okay, we use it, and obviously we have reader revenue or sponsors or advertisers, whatever models are there. We can also put that community to work for us, but also for others, and that's a collaboration part that Paul also mentioned. So these people, we want to give them a face and a database, and have them work for companies. So these were some of the companies that we work with. Obviously, there are companies that we align with in terms of value, that we believe add something, add value to the creative space. So this three-part model was really our business model at the time, that we stumbled upon just by testing, experimenting, talking to our creators, talking to our readers. And why I want to bring this up is because I really, like also listening to the other speakers today, I really think that that's where the future of European journalism, pan-European journalism lies. We can learn from each other. We can combine the revenue streams. We can take philanthropic funding. We can collaborate on projects. Just look at the wealth of, these are just some of the screenshots that we have, this huge cool drawing with all the European media. And these are just some of the logos of the indie media, the independent media that we've struggled upon, but also newsletters that we've collected on the site. There's so much creativity and wealth and amazing angles out there in Europe. So our next step as Are We Europe, but also in new constellations that we are very, very eager to be a part of and collaborate with. We really want to curate, as Paul also is doing fantastic job with at Forum.eu. Want to collaborate with other media, and we want to create, because that's what Europe really needs: new creativity. Are We Europe is doing its own little part with our border breaking stories and the revenue model, where we, it's an ecosystem that fuels each other. We're doing our own little part of that. So we invite you to reach out, because we really believe that we need to work together as well. So adding to that, seconding Paul's mention of that as well. Thank you. I look forward to the rest of the discussion.